Hello friends, welcome once again to an exciting video. So in our previous video of Lambda deep dive, we have seen what is cold start, what is reserved concurrency, what is provisioned concurrency. We have also seen the hands-on example of all this, when to use, where to use, and when not to use. If you have not watched those videos, you will get the link in the I button and in the description both. So let's start with Lambda layers. Right? So first, let's understand what is Lambda layer. So in our previous videos, we have seen the Lambda has two parts, right? When we invoke Lambda. So the first part is init and the next part is execution. So when we send a request for the first time, what it tries to do, it tries to load the code and all the environment variables, get it ready for the execution, and then it executes, right? This is how it works, right? First it init and then it executes. But what all the things are there in the init, right? Suppose we have one Lambda, right? So here is a Lambda, right? So in this Lambda, we have, suppose this is a box here, this is a Lambda. So half of the part is init part, right? This is the init part and this is the execution. So again, the execution, if in the coding terms, if we understand, the execution contains the business logic or the actual code. And this init part contains the dependency modules. Take the example of Node.js, right? So in the Node.js, suppose this is a Node.js project. See in the size, right? So most of the part is dependency and this is less part is business logic. So most of the part is node modules, right? So this is node modules and this is business logic or the actual code. Now, whenever you try to send a request to a Lambda, right? So what it does, it will first init it, right? Initialize basically. So it will try to download the dependency and other OS modules and then execute the code afterwards. Right? Then execute the code. Like if you start the node modules, first it will load the modules and then start running the business logic. If anything wrong or any modules are missing, it will fail in the compilation step itself. So in the same way, right, how it is impacting Lambda, right? So suppose you have 4 to 5 Lambda functions which share the same node modules. Right? Suppose you have one, share some common modules in this, right? So again and again what you have to do, you have to, whenever you upload the code, you will upload this node modules and business logic both, right? So suppose, let me copy this from here. So what you will do, you will upload both node modules and business logic for all the Lambdas. Now what will happen, right? So this is not the good practice of coding, right? You are using the same modules but loading again and again and writing again and again, and as well as maintaining again and again. So what does Lambda layer gives you the benefit, right? So you can create a layer of node modules, right? You can create a Lambda layer, right? Where each and every node modules, means this common modules will be stored here, right? And Lambda will only be having business logic and we will attach this layer to the Lambda, right? So let's see the practical for this and see how we can achieve it using the Lambda layers. And there are some restrictions as well before going there. We can only attach 5 layers for one particular Lambda. So let me go to Amazon Lambda page. If you are not seeing here, just search for Lambda, right? Let me create a function here, right? Layer demo, right? Let's keep rest of the things default. Now the function is being created. So let me create a function URL as well so that I can invoke it. I'll make the security as none. This is just for the testing purpose. Make sure when you are doing anything in production, it is properly secured. Now let me take this function URL and invoke it, right? So you can see that we are getting hello from Lambda. Everything is working fine as expected. So till now we haven't used the Lambda layer over here. Now let me, before creating the Lambda layer, let me show when it will be useful, right? As of now, if you go in the code section, you will see that we are not using any of the third-party library basically. So let me introduce some of the third-party library here, and then we'll see what error it will give, right? So I'm just copying some code, pasting it. We'll go with the code here. So basically what we are trying to do, we are trying to import the Axios, right? We are trying to use the Axios, and then we are using this Axios to call this API, right? So let me show you that this API is working fine, right? So you can see that this API is working fine, right? Now, if this is working fine, it should work fine in the Lambda as well, right? But as of now, let me deploy it first, and then we'll see what we are getting. Now it has been deployed successfully. Let me go to function URL and try to open once again. But what? You are seeing the internal server error, right? Why? Right? Let me see the log, what it has been generated. Let me go to monitor, view CloudWatch log. Right? Come to this log. Let me expand all the logs. So you can see that error. It says cannot find package Axios imported from this. Right? So basically it is not able to find the modules because this is not an inbuilt module in the AWS. Right? So now we need to provide this module. So how we can do that? Right? Let me show you that how we can build the Lambda layer and how we can attach it. Right? So let me open the VS Code. Okay, so I have created a folder Node.js here, and then let me open the VS Code. Right click, show more VS Code. Right, so let me open the terminal. Let me zoom in a bit. Bash. Right, let me do npm init y. Okay, you can see that package.json has been successfully created. Now let me install Axios, since we need Axios, right? And npm I Axios. Now the Axios has been installed successfully, right? So you can see this, we have package.json, and then we have node modules. In the node modules, we have Axios, right? So whenever you try to create a node Lambda layer, right, it should be something like this, like Node.js, and in this folder basically what you need to have, node_modules, and then package.json, and then package-log.json, package-log.json. Now what we will do, we will zip all this thing and create a Lambda layer, right? So make sure for node modules you should follow this hierarchy, right? don't miss it. So let me search if we can have Lambda layer. Right, so Lambda layer. Let me go down and see packaging layers in the packaging layer section. Right, so you need to follow this path, right? Layer path for each Lambda runtime. Right, so Node.js, Node modules, right? Like this way you need to create your layers, right? You can follow this documentation for creating Lambda layers, custom runtimes, right? So you can go and visit this. I'll give you this link in the description as well. So let's come to our VS Code now. So let me delete this since this is not required file, right? So now let me open this Node.js, right, on the root folder and zip it. Right, and rename it as layer. Now what we need to do, we need to go back to our AWS, go to this icon on the top left, and then go to layers. Let me open it in the new tab. Now you can see that we are getting this create layer button. Let me name it like Axios, right? This is Axios in the Node.js, right? We are having .zip file, then choose the file, right? So we are in the same folder. Let me choose this layer, right? And let's keep as default, as this is optional. Runtime, let me see what is the runtime I have. Node -- version. We have 22. So let me make it Node.js 22 compatible, right? And then create, right? Now this version is created successfully. Version 2. It is showing version 2, right? So this is the ARN. Let's copy it. Right, now go to our Lambda and go to layers. Either you can go to here as well, or you can go down, all the way down, and comes to the layer section. Add layer, custom layer, right? Choose. Okay, I think we need to refresh the page once. And come to custom layer. Okay, we have Node 24. Oh, it is saying no layer are compatible with the function runtime. Okay, so we are having Node 24, right? So let me go to layer again. Let me delete this layer. Probably we have not, the runtime is not compatible, right? So let's again go to Axios, description, upload. I'm uploading the same layer. Now x86 compatible runtime, let me make it 24 as well, since our Lambda is in Node.js 24 and Node 22 as well, right? I'll make both compatible, then create. Okay, now version 3 has been published. Now let me refresh this Lambda. Now go to custom and then choose. Now you can see that it is coming, right? So version 3 we have selected, add it. Updating function, layer demo, right? Let it get updated. It's been updated successfully. You can see that one of the layer has been attached here, right? Let it load the code. Now the code is as previous, right? We are using Axios and we are trying to get the data from this API, right? Now let me hit this function URL once again. Yeah, wow. Now you are getting this message, right? Now we are not getting this error that node module not found. So now you understand that why lambda layers are important, right? Even though if we have multiple lambdas, right, then also they can use the same layer. Let me demo that as well, right? So let me go here, create one more function, and let me create it lambda underscore layer underscore 2. Let me change the runtime here as 22. It will give you a glimpse that it is working for another version, since we have published 2 versions in our layer, right? So let it create. I'll use the same code but with some modification. Let me show you. Okay, so let me paste the code. Instead of 1, right, let me make it 2 here, right, so that we can get different data. Let me deploy it. So this is very simple code. We are just importing Axios, and right, we are trying to get the data and then print the data. If something else, we are sending 500 status code, right, in the catch block. Now let me attach the layer. Add layer, right, custom layer, Axios version 3, same version we are attaching. Add. Right, by the time, let me generate the function URL as well. Create function URL. None, no authentication required as of now. Save. Right, the function URL has been generated successfully. So let me hit this. User ID is 1, but ID is 2. Let me zoom in. Right, so you can see ID is 2 here for the new lambda. Here ID is 1 for the old lambda. Right, now this proves that even though we have different lambdas, different code, we can have the same lambda layer, right, which can work for all the lambdas, right? So this will give you the reusability. In the production, this is used a lot. We do not create again and again all the layers, right? We create a layer once and it's been consumed by hundreds of lambda, right? Hope you have enjoyed this video, and for more upcoming this video, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye bye.